أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين روح وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
Thank you very much for all of you to be with us. So we are still in the 50 words. So we have finished with Allahu la ilaha illahu. So we finish with Allah as He is the encompassing one. That's the Tawheed in general. And also we finished with the Tawheed inside us. This is the Ahadi and Wahidi Tawheed. We went to Al-Hayy, that He is the living, because He has the knowledge and ability to do everything, and this is eternal. And He is not only knowledgeable and able, but He also Al-Qayyum. He's caring, compassionate about us. And this is continuous and will not stop at all. So remember, we said for Him to be a Qayyum, in this example of the farmer, he should have the knowledge and ability, and that's why he is Hayy. And this is a condition for him to be a Qayyum, because for the Hayy to look after everything else, he has to be caring and to look after them. And that's not enough. He should be also persisting in doing that. So he should love to do that. And it's not only that, also part of his Qayyumiyyah, he should be just. So he should give everybody according to how much they do and what's their position in this system. And he should be very fair in doing this and very considerate, so he doesn't overdo and underdo things. And with that, he is not biased at all. He does not damage his system at all. So he continue to work the system without any bias in that. He does not get tired, so he cannot actually, when he drives this system, go for a nap, and also he will not sleep at all. And that's why we said Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhu sinatun wa la nawm. No slumber can seize him, nor sleep. So we will continue from here. Lahu ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard. To Him belongs all that is in heaven and the earth. To understand this in a better way, we will take a few concepts and then we sum them all together. So the first one, the concept of ownership. Very important concept. I want to start with this. Yeah? Okay. So the first concept is the concept of ownership. There are two types of ownership. One is the real ownership, which is the permanent ownership. The other one is an ownership by agreement. What's the difference between the two? So just imagine you have this beautiful car, right? Now, is this car really yours? Like you went and bought it. And it's yes. Right. Why do you say yes? Because actually if you sell it, it's not yours. So is it permanently yours?
No, it's by agreement.
So it is ownership by agreement. It's quite right. Right? Let's take another example. You bought this beautiful house. Well, I think it's beautiful. I don't know about the inside, but it looks beautiful. Also, again, is that permanently yours?
No.
Now I'll make it more difficult. What do you think about this? Is that permanently yours?
No. Yes.
Is it?
Yes. No.
So if you, inshallah, you won't have it. But if you have an accident and you lost your arm,
I said no.
It's still your arm.
Still your arm, but you probably just gave it to someone else, I don't know.
No. Actually, you give it to the ants to eat it. For example, you have it cut and bury it. It will go away, right? All right. So really, the difference between the two, the first one by agreement, it's separable. Anything separable from you, it's not in reality permanently yours. So for example, if you have this book, you can read, it's yours, definitely yours. But you can sell it or give it as a gift, right? You can do anything with it. So it's separable from you, so it's not permanently with you. But the real one is not separable. For example, your hearing power. I'm talking about power rather than your ear. So even if you close your ears and keep on saying la 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 la, you can hear, right?
Yeah.
Right, so this hearing power is part of you. So this is a real ownership. Another criteria is it doesn't stay after its owner. So if you have this book, when you die, does the book go away with you?
No.
No.
So it's separable, it's totally different. While the real one, if you own something, it's part of you really. When you go away, it goes with you. Your hearing power, it will go away. Can you still hear when you die? Well, you never know. Nobody of you has died, but but in general, we would expect that you don't. Right. The other one, others cannot use it. For example, if you have a book and you told your friend, I really don't want you to read it, and he sneaked out and he took the book and read it, can he do that? It's not good to do it, but they can, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. While if it's your hearing, can anybody hear instead of you?
No.
It's yours. So is it clear what's the difference between the real ownership and the ownership by agreement?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one concept. The second concept is the difference between ability and the tool. Now this is a real good driver, Schumacher, before he got sick. Now this man, he thinks that he's really good driver, and he's especially good in driving this car number 18. Somebody sneaked behind him and took it. So he doesn't know that. He's still proud of himself. But the question, now the tool is gone. Can he still ride? Can he still drive?
No. Yes, still drive.
He can, definitely. So this ability does not go away. There is difference between ability and a tool. Alright? So what about writing? So this man is really trying to write a letter to Imam alayhi salam. Right? Now, if he doesn't have a hand, can he write?
Yes.
Yes, because there is difference between the ability of writing and using my hand to write. So my hand is just a tool. Good. Alright. Do you have any other example in your life that we have tools? What? Read. What do you use to read? What's your tool? No, this is not a tool though. You are reading a book. What's the tool for it?
Eyes.
Your eyes.
But like blind people, they have eyes.
But the blind, sometimes they can read with their hands, right?
Yeah, those bunkies.
So actually, they have the ability. Even if they lost the tool, they can use another tool. Good. Any other example?
Wait.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing? Good. Alright.
I just made that idea.
Sure. Okay, the third concept, the difference between Malik, which means owner, and Malik, which means king. Because Allah says, Lahu ma fis samawati wal ard. For him is whatever in heaven and on earth. In Arabic, it's very delicate line because the same word can be used just with the difference in haraka. So Malik and Malik, owner and king. What's the difference? For example, this is a man, this is the owner of this house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have a city, and that's why we call him the Malik of this house. And in the city, there are a few people who own these houses, right? So they are the owner. But if there is a king who wants to order them to do things, So for example, he will tell them, well, you cannot sell. By law you cannot sell. So they are still owners, right? But they cannot do things with what they own. Is that right? So the Malik is who have the authority. The one who controls is Malik. Malik is the owner. Malik is who controls. Is that clear? Right.
Yeah.
So for example, if this man, he's the owner, right? And he wants to go away. So he decided to give this man the authority to live in his house and do whatever they should do in his house. So now he's watching him from far away. So who runs the house? Who runs the house affair? This man or this man?
The man who got authority.
Wait, the one on the left.
The one on the left, which is the one close to the house, right?
Yeah.
It's quite right. He's the one, because he's in the city, he's the one who's doing the house affair. But the reality is, what's happening here? Okay. But the reality is, who is the real owner?
The guy over there.
The guy over here, right? Yeah, good. Alright. So now let's put all these concepts together to understand what does it mean له ما في السماوات والأرض. Of what we have in this life, which one is really ours? Give me an example. For example, your books, is it really yours?
No.
No. Is your home yours?
No.
Is your games yours?
No. No.
Now, is your arm yours?
Yes.
Is
No.
it?
No.
No.
So if by accident we lost it,
It's
still ours, but in the grave. Doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, those who are not really ours is anything separable, anything stay after us, and anything that others can use. Right. So we discussed the example. So who is the real owner then? What are the criteria for the real owner?
Allah.
Allah. Why you say that? I mean, you are right, but why?
because like Allah made us all this creations. He made us He made us the dirt. He made us, the seeds, the bacteria.
And he gave us the knowledge to make the other things.
Right, but the question...
He does the exact opposite of everything you just mentioned before.
Well done, Zaid. That's the main thing. That everything for him, because he does not disappear and he is eternal, so nothing will be separable from him. Because he's everywhere, where would you separate it to? And because he's everywhere and he's eternally there, nothing will stay after him. So he is the only real owner, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the real owner. I hope by this you understood now what does it mean that he is Malik, that means owner, and he is Malik, he is the one which controls everything. So how would knowing this help? I mean, this is, you may say, oh well, this is just sort of interesting knowledge, well, or not interesting, I don't know whether you got you interested or not, but how does that help us in our daily life? That's the main thing. Let's take practical applications now. The first one. Imagine that there is such a beautiful beach, and this beach is full with gemstones and all very expensive ones. And you have these two kids, they decided to go there and collect, and they are playing with it. But then the owner came, and the owner told them, look, you have the whole day, you can collect whatever you like. At the end of the day, when you leave, you'll give me everything. It's a bit boring to collect, isn't it? Right? But then they said, he gave them another condition. With you, as you came as a group, there's somebody who is crippled, he cannot do much. And there's another one who is really sad and not able to collect. If you do give them at the end of the day, whatever you gave them, I will give you like it. What would you do in this day? You have from morning to sunset.
Like a kid.
What are you going to do? So actually you will run to collect for others rather for yourself, because that's the only way to win. Isn't it? This is a practical application. Because Allah He is the only owner. He told us, whatever you have in this life, I will get back from you. When you die, do you take anything with you? No, really, isn't it?
Yes, you do take something.
You take yourself.
Yeah, that's right. You take yourself, but do you take anything from this life with you?
No.
So, what do you take? The good deeds. But I'm talking about the material things, right? So, the material things, you don't take anything. But Allah told you, if you give from them, I will count it for you. Does it make sense that people collect? With this understanding, does it make any sense for anybody to collect and refuse to give? I will leave that to you. You don't need to answer me now. I'll give you this beautiful story. So, Imam Ali, when he was 15 years old, he was so poor. He could not find anything. And he used to put a rock on his stomach and put a lot of pressure on it. And he was crying and crying a lot. And people thought he's crying from hunger. Then when he grew older, one day he had a $20,000. Well, not a dollar. 20,000 dinar. Dirham, whatever. Some 20,000 something. Coin. Right? Golden coin. And he was so happy, and people could not understand, because this pious Imam Ali, that he doesn't care about life, how come suddenly he fell to this temptation of 20,000? So they did ask him. He said, no, when I was 15, I was crying because I could not build anything in my akhirah. I have no money to give. While now I have 20,000, so he gave them all. It's amazing, isn't it? We need to think about this deeply. What are we doing in this life? How can we get the best of it? So this is one application. The second, so we need to think about, this is the first application, we need to collect wisely. We have a time, we have really limited time. We don't have much to go. I mean, alhamdulillah, all of you young, you have longer than us. But even that longer, believe me, 1/3 of it you are asleep, and the other, hopefully you will be awake enough to do something to your reality. So collect wisely. Collect what is worth collection. Don't collect games. Please don't collect money. Well, if you are wise, you collect money to give it. But if you keep it and die, it does not make any sense. It just does not make any sense. The other example. These are two examples. So they were given a car for 2 weeks. So the first one, he got a Porsche and he loved it. So he spent the whole time polishing it, having a ride, and then come back and polishing it from inside and from outside. And when you talk to him, he said, look at that beautiful car, isn't it? So he was so proud of it. The other one was given this ugly car. What he did, he started going around helping others by giving them ride or dispense something, right? So which one do you want to hang out with?
The red one.
The red one, right?
Yeah.
So in reality, if we want to apply this in our real life, what's our vehicle in this life? Because just imagine, if our soul is real us, and Allah has given us a vehicle here to walk around. What's our vehicle in this material life? Legs. Well, legs is the body. Excellent. So people can spend all their lives building up their six packs and their pectorals and all these things. What are they doing? Are they like the red car or the Porsche car?
The red car.
The red? No, it's not like the red car. It's like the Porsche car. So they are spending all this. And if I add to the story, those two guys, they have an exam, and they have to prepare for an exam. The first one spent the two weeks polishing his Porsche, and he failed. What do you think about such a man? He's just well, either stupid or rubbish or something like that. But so if you want to apply it on our life, we spend lots and lots of our time in polishing this body to make it better. At the end, we will lose it to the ground. This is for the boys. I would not miss the girls in this. So the girls also, they can put lots and lots of effort to make this body beautiful. So both these examples, they are one of those, what do you call them in the school? This group? The popular, right. So they try to be in the popular. Well, some of the popular are good. We have disagreement here. But, well, let's say the bad popular. So they want to be popular, and I want to be with the popular. I spend all my time to be nice. But I ask you, give me the reality. Do you really like to walk with the bad popular? Are you so much interested in walking with somebody who looks beautiful but empty from inside? There's no fun in that, isn't it?
No.
Right.
No. Yes.
So this is another application. Let me think about what I should do. I'll take you a step further. I'll talk about somebody I know who actually, he had a car accident and he had a brain injury with that. And with that brain injury, he lost lots of his memory. So he thought that part of, each one of us will read and study and do all these things. And we think this is part of us because now this is part of my knowledge, so it's part of me. But believe me, when you have a car accident, you will lose memory. So it's frightening because even what I thought is mine, it can be not mine. Who is the real owner of my mind then? What do you think? Even the mind sometimes could be not mine. How can I transform something in this life from being not mine to being mine? How can I make it part of me? When this man has the car accident, all what's left for him, it's what became a trait. For example, if he was really generous before the accident, when he had the accident and he lost the memory, he did not lose his generosity. So only things that he transformed to be part of him. So let's take this example seriously, because if we grow older, and mashallah in these Western countries people do grow older, and they then lose their cognition, they cannot understand, they go demented. In those demented people, only what became part of them will stay. So you can see somebody who was bad all his life, but his mind is controlling it and doesn't appear. When the mind control goes away, the reality appears. So if somebody who loved to eat and eat and eat, when they get demented, it's very ugly, they just eat. And so on. So really, we need to take this further. We have to use our time wisely. We have to collect what's really start to be in our ownership. We have to really own it. And these, well, as Muhammad said, it's the good deeds that we transfer them to be part of us. Now, the third one is, what does shakur mean? Thankful. If I'm thankful to Ali, what does that mean, Ali?
It means that.
No, I want him to answer me. He doesn't know what I'm thankful for. Come on, I'm thankful.
For something that for you.
You did something for me and I'm thankful. What does that mean for you?
It means that.
What did I do?
You appreciate it.
Appreciation. I love that, Ali. Very eloquent. So, what does it mean in Quran when the Quran say, and Allah is thankful, Wallahu shakur. Why would Allah be thankful? I mean, I did something good to Ali. So, I mean, Allah, He has the honor. He is the owner of everything. What could I've done for Him to thank me?
There's like, it's like a,
Good
Yes,
day.
Muhammad.
there's like a, if there's like a general in a,
Right.
It's just Muhammad is. Can you hear Muhammad? He's talking.
if there's a general in the army and some soldier helps another soldier or like saves his life, of course the general will be thankful because it's part of the army, and so it's like.
But inshallah, our relation with Allah, not an army. But yeah, it's a good example. Good. So I'll give you this example. So this young man, he so much loved to ride his father's car, right? So his father gave him the keys, and he's out of excitement. He went out. Now, if it happened that he is very not careful and he crashed it, is he doing anything good?
No.
Or is he appreciating what his father gave him?
No.
So really he needs to be appreciative, right? Now if we want to apply this in our life, thankfulness is appreciation. How can we be thankful to Allah?
Thankful for our bodies and the stuff Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us.
Right. So the first ni'mah is our body. So we have to take care of this first gift. What other? So Ali point to his mind. So we have to be thankful to knowledge. Excellent. So how can we be thankful to the knowledge? By using it. Excellent. Excellent. So all this can come from, are we appreciative to what He gave us? And how can we be shakur? So you can see, understanding the Malik and Malik, understanding the idea that lahu ma fis samawati wal ard, gives us a lot of application. Let's wrap this up together now. Allah Almighty is the only real owner of everything. And this ownership, as Imam Ali described him, he is Malik and Malik. فَهُوَ الْمَالِكُ لِمَا مَلَّكَكَ. He is the owner to what He gave you ownership on. So He gave you your body, but He's really the owner of it. He gave you even your mind, but really He is, because He told us He can come between you and your heart, you and your mind. Amazing. How close can He be in? And most of what we owned in this life is temporary, only by agreement. So because of these, it has this criteria. It's not part of us. It can stay after us, and others can use it. Understanding this would help us in, we have a wise collection of things, so we don't collect what's not really going to stay with us. We need to collect what really needs to be collected. That means lots of application. Think about everything around you and think, how can you make the best of it? Then if we know that we are not the owner, why should we spend lots of time of something that we don't own? So we have a wise use of time, and with this we will be really thankful and appreciative to all what He gave us. So our weekly exercise will be, I will give you part of Dua al-Ahd, and I won't read it for you. I would leave it to you to read it, and with all what we have, not only in this lecture, in all these 6 lectures, what are you going to understand from that? Don't write a lot, just 1 page will be good. And please look at the verses in Surah Al-Qalam. In Surah Al-Qalam there is a story. I don't want to tell you, I want you to do some research. These are the verses. It's a story about people who have a farm, and then I will leave it for you. I want to connect this to what we talked about, and what we talked about today, and tell me what you think happened to them and why. And the last thing is the practical application. What's your plan in the light of the application of the name of Almighty in our life? He is the owner. How does that help you in this understanding that we talked about today? What sort of application you want now to implement in your life? because really I hope that you understood what I'm trying to explain, and tell me where your imagination will take you. Any questions? Alright, so say salawat then. Allahumma salli ala
وصلي على محمد وآل محمد